Guys, please check your audio and video settings. Please check the audio and video settings. Yes. Yesterday, I was talking about various permutations and combinations of using persistence store and persistence technologies. Where to use persistence store, where to use persistence technology, and all these things we discussed. So, first approach. Okay, first approach is okay. Class content 915. Yes. Application is small and it is generating text data. Then use file as the persistence store and IO streams. Application is small but generating objects based data, small amount of objects based data. Then use IO streams and file. Application is medium scale like web application, generating medium sized data, MBs and gigabytes. Then use database software and go for what? So text data, yes. JDBC, Spring JDBC, Spring Data JDBC. Application is medium size, generating medium amount of data. Then think about working with what? ORM framework, Spring ORM and Spring Data JPI. Yes. ORM framework, Spring ORM and Spring Data JPI. Cool. Next, scenario 5. Application is an enterprise application or distributed application. Okay, that generating what? Huge amount of text data, huge amount of text data or objects data. For text data, go for what? Okay, JDBC kind of thing. Spring JDBC, Spring Data JDBC. Spring Data JDBC. For objects data, think about what? ORM framework. What is this? Hibernate. ORM framework. What is this? Hibernate. So otherwise, Spring Data JPA. Fine, boss. Next, and we are having unstructured data. Data is medium scale or large scale, but data is unstructured data. Then think about using NoSQL database software like MongoDB. MongoDB. And use what? Either NoSQL database APIs or Spring Data. Spring Data support. Spring Data, Mongo, NoSQL databases you try to use. Scenario 7. Application is enterprise application, big distributed application, generating what? Huge amount of data beyond processing capacity. Huge amount of data beyond processing capacity. What here? Beyond processing capacity. Then think about going for beyond processing capacity. Beyond processing capacity. So then think about going for big data frameworks, Hadoop Spark for both what? Processing and storing of data. Both processing and storing of data. Fine, boss. Right. This is what we discussed in yesterday's class. Let us get into fresh discussion. File save, roll off Hibernate in MVC applications. Roll off Hibernate in MVC applications. They will. Please, those who are looking Hibernate, please ask them to join in Zoom only. Still some 20-30 entries are there in Zoom. Once it is filled up, then they will give YouTube live streaming. YouTube live streaming will be started once 500 is filled up. 500 members are filled up. Okay, still 20, 30 entries are there. The two Saturday. Okay, bit less response will be there. So if any of your friends looking to get into Hibernate class, ask them to try with Zoom only. Ask them to try with Zoom. YouTube will be bit late. YouTube live streaming will be bit late. Okay. Yes, boss. Advantages of developing Java application. Java application or web application or distributed application as layered application. As what application? Layered application. This is what I want to talk. What do you mean by layered application? Keeping different logics in different classes and files and making them interacting with each other, making them communicating with each other falls under developing layered application. A layer is a logical partition of application. What is this? A layer is a logical partition. A layer is a logical partition representing certain logics. Persistence layer purely contain persistence logic. Service layer purely contain business logic. Presentation layer purely contain presentation logic, like HTML, CSS code kind of thing. Okay. So layer means logical partition in the application, which can be one class or bunch of classes, which can be one file or bunch of files, which can be one file or what bunch of files. Are you getting my point there or not there? Super boss. Instead of placing multiple logics in a single file or class, it is recommended to place in multiple layers. It is recommended to place in multiple layers and make them talking with each other. Make them talking with each other. Make them talking with each other. Yes. Yes, boss. A layer is a logical partition. Logical partition of the application that represents what logic? Specific logics. That represents specific logics. A layer can be, okay, a layer can be, okay, one or more classes or files representing. A layer can be one or more classes or files representing. A layer can be one or more classes or files representing certain logics. Certain logics. Yes. Example. persistence layer, also called as data access layer. Data access layer. Okay, data access layer. Next, service layer, also called as business layer. Next, presentation layer. Okay, presentation layer. Like this, many layers are there. Integration layer, which talks about integration part. Integration layer and etc. Integration layer and etc. We have a different layers, boss. We have a different layers. Let us see the advantage of layered applications now. Okay. So advantages of developing layered application. Array, it may be advantages of layered application development. Yeah, it is a web application or distributed. You don't worry. Advantages of layered application development. Application development. Cool. Let's see advantage. Number one, we'll be having multiple layers to keep multiple logics. So there will be clean separation between logics. Come on here. All presentation logic in presentation layer. All business logic in business layer. All service logic, okay, persistence logic in separate layer, all integration logic in separate layer. Don't think that layer means only one class. It can be bunch of what related classes or related files together is called layer. Okay, but all the related class should have a same logic. That's it. So we have multiple layers to place multiple logic. So we can say there is a clean separation between logics. We can say there is a definitely clean separation between logics. Okay. So multiple logics will be placed in multiple layers. This gives clean separation between logics. This gives clean separation between logics. Understanding my statement there or not there? Multiple logics will be placed in multiple layers. This gives clean separation between logics. Fine, boss. Next. Yeah. The modification done in one layer logic does not affect other layer logics. Array, all layers are different. Na? Listen, I'll take one real life example, then it becomes easy for you understanding. Developing entire logic in a single class or single file is bad practice, and it is like bachelor's room, boss. Staying in bachelor's room. One single room will be there, their only kitchen, their only bedroom, their only reading room, their only playing cricket, their only group discussion. Everything happens in that single room or not there. I think as a job seeker, you are much aware of that environment. Fine. Especially the people who stayed in Amirpet hostels, Amirpet flats, they are very much aware of this process, right? Say, guys, you people are very much aware of this process or not? You people are very much aware of this process or not? Yes. So think about a single room, keeping everything in single room. Are you getting my point? Yes. So many drawbacks. Tell me, clean separation between activities will be there. Here for sleeping, here for cooking, here for reading. No. Yeah. Layered application is like 3 BHK flat. Layered application is like what? 3 BHK flat. Bedroom separate, hall separate, kitchen separate, bathroom separate, living room separate, dining area separate, or bungalow. What is that? Bungalow kind of thing. So everything is clearly there. Everything is clearly there. See, maybe if you are if you are a rich guy, when for guest also separate room will be there. Guest room is separate. Guest room is separate. When guests come, they will be having separate room to sleep. Everything is separate for the thing. People, are you getting my point there? Yes. Okay. So layered application is like 3 BHK flat. Layer application is what? Okay. Staying in bungalows. So think in that one. Think in a rich manner. Fine. The modifications done in one layer logics does not affect other layers. The modifications done in one layer logics does not affect other logics. Super. Next, maintenance and enhancement of the project. Maintenance and what? Enhancement of the project becomes busy. Okay, becomes easy. What is maintenance? Acha, someone is keeping. I don't know why these people are crazy about this kind of thoughts. Concentrate on class, ra babu. Okay. सर आपके पास बहुत बड़ा बंगला होगा सर. First fellow, concentrate on class. Is it important now? I am staying in a normal 3 BHK flat. Okay. Are we are not doing any bank robbery, ra babu. We are just teaching Java. Fine. Okay. And Java is open source. So, open source technology is how it will be. Now, first of all, tell me how much you are paying to have a bangla for me? How much you are paying as a fee? In your 3,000, 4,000 rupees, institute will become rich and I will become richer. Rasta fellow. Okay. Right. Think something practical, ra babu. Fine. Yes, yes, I am financially secure, no doubt in that. I am financially secure, no doubt in that. But fine, I got what I need. Basic needs are there. Fine. Today, YouTube live available or not? Already started. This Sri Krishna is worried about YouTube live only, is not at all into the classroom. Already started. Fine. Acha, red color background means Bangla, na? Great, boss. Fine. Fine. Okay. Shall we get into the discussions here? Maintenance and enhancement of the project becomes what? Easy. Maintenance and what? Enhancement of the project becomes what? Easy. What do you mean by maintenance? Fine. Yeah, but one thing I can say, whatever I am, it's because of Java. I trusted Java and Java given me heights. So you also trust one technology. If not Java, something else, I don't have problem. Trust it and become expert it and become master of it, and it will take you to heights. If you learn C language perfect and in depth, okay, there are good jobs. There are good jobs. Very less jobs, but good jobs are there. There also you will get the money. Fine, na? But don't do like this. Jack of all, master of none. Knows everything but not perfect anything. Because I have seen some people, morning testing tools they will attend, afternoon, okay, they will attend C language, evening they will attend Java classes, not going to work out. I have seen some people like this. Okay, morning software courses, evening gate coaching. Evening gate coaching, because they don't leave MTech, they don't leave software job. That means they are not believing themselves. Understanding my point there? Fine. So the ultimate conclusion is master of one technology is enough. That's it. Don't travel on multiple boats. Don't travel on multiple boats parallel. It's always danger. Jack of all, master of none is not going to work out. Choose one domain and try to become expert in that domain. Fine. Okay. Teaching is my passion, Ra Babu. Teaching is my passion, and since my passion has become my profession, so I'm enjoying my profession. That's it. Okay. I'm enjoying that one. Cyber security is related to network security. So think about ethical hacking, then you may get it. Fine. Shall we get into my discussion? Maintenance and enhancement of the project becomes easy. What do you mean by maintenance? You developed a project and released a project. Okay. After releasing project to client organization, also bugs will be there. Receiving those bugs and fixing those bugs is nothing but maintenance. What do you mean by enhancement? Okay, already 10 features are there. Company has asked for 11th feature. Company has asked for 12th feature. Okay, not totally new, as an extension of existing features. So that is called enhancement. Okay. Enhancement. Are you understanding my point there? So since multiple layers are there, and in different layers we are keeping different logics, maintenance becomes easy, enhancement becomes easy. Why, sir? As part of maintenance I have to modify the code. As part of enhancement also I should add a new code on the top of existing code. Both needs modification of the logics in the layers. Both needs modification of logics in the layer, and happily we can do because of these multiple layers. So that's why maintenance and enhancement is very easy. D. Parallel development is possible. Parallel development is possible. Are you understanding my point there? Yes. Okay. What do you mean by parallel development? Mr. Rajkumar, wait, I will introduce the word MVC, please. Parallel development is possible. I can say to programmer 1, programmer 2, you work on what? Persistence layer. I will take care of business layer. Someone will take care of presentation layer. So like this, multiple people can work parallelly. Since parallel development is good, so productivity is parallel development is possible. So productivity is good. So the productivity is good. Yes. So the productivity is good. For example, you appointed one worker, civil worker, to construct entire building. You only should construct a foundation. You only should go for pillars. You only should go for roof. You only should do everything. Problem number one, very slow. One after another, very slow. Problem number two, he is not expert in every area. He may be expert in what? He may be expecting what? Wall construction, not in pillar, not in basement. But he is only doing that. He only doing that work. So number one, quality will be compromised. Number two, very late. Suppose parallel development is possible, then what happens? Multiple department people will work parallelly, and in each department we call that area expert. In each department, we call that area experts only. Come on. So in less time, more work will be done without compromising in the quality. In less time, more work can be done without compromising in the quality. Are you getting my point? So that is nothing but productivity, Babu. Doing good work in less time, doing more work in less time without compromising in the quality is called productivity. Are you understanding my point there? Yes, that is possible. Of another advantage of what? Layered application. Doing more work in less time, without compromising in quality. Gives good productivity. Gives good productivity. Yes, boss. It is industry standard. It is industry standard. No doubt. Everyone in the industry prefers this and accept. Fine, boss. When these many benefits are there, entire industry prefers what? Developing layered application or not there. Okay, boss. We have a architecture called MVC architecture, which is very popular. So in Java, boss, in Java, MVC architecture is okay. MVC architecture is very popular to develop layered applications in Java. Are you understanding my point? Layered application to develop layered applications in Java. Applications in Java. Are you understanding my point there? MVC. Yeah. Sir, what do you mean by architecture? Are a four-wheeler architecture. Four-wheeler architecture. It says there should be four wheels, one steering. This should be this is the maximum width, this is the minimum width, this is the maximum height, this is the minimum height. Okay, how many? These are the maximum seats, these are the minimum seats. Are some plan will be there, boss, to create the vehicle. That is called four-wheeler architecture. What architecture? Architecture means plan to construct something. Architecture, building architecture. What is the meaning of building architecture? Blueprint or plan to construct some real things. Plan or blueprint to construct the real thing. To construct the real thing. Are you getting my point there? So MVC is not a design pattern. MVC is an architecture. MVC is what? Architecture. Fine. I'll talk more and more about design patterns and architectures later. For the time being, okay, it is gives blueprint or plan. Blueprint or plan or gives blueprint or plan or okay design to develop the applications. To develop the application. Fine, boss. Let's try to understand. M for what? Model layer. M for model. Model means it's model. Model layer is combination of two things here. Service layer plus, okay, service layer means business logic will be there. Service oblique business layer plus persistence layer. What layer? Persistence layer. Persistence layer. Okay. Right. Service layer or business layer contains what logic? Business logic. Persistence layer contains what logic? Persistence logic. Persistence layer contains what logic? Persistence layer. Persistence logic. Okay. Okay. For explanation purpose, it is like accounts officer, always busy in calculation, always busy in calculation, always perfect in calculation. Understanding my statement there or not there? So basically represents data bus. This layer represents data. No. Mr. Shudhansu Gautam, we are going in a wrong track. Logging, auditing are not business logic and persistence logic. Calculating simple interest amount, writing customer details to database, these are business logics and persistence logics. Generating bill amount, getting discount by applying coupons, come on, and writing customer details to what? Database. Are you understanding my point there? Yes. Okay, boss. This persistence layer is also called DAO, Data Access Object Layer, DAO layer. This persistence layer is also called as what? DAO layer, Data Access Layer or Data Access Object Layer. No problem. Yes. Model, M for model layer. Model means data. The data comes because of what? Business logic or persistence logic. Are you getting my point there? Right. See, it's full of calculations and persistence, boss. Full of calculations and persistence. That's it. Generating bill amount, using coupons and getting discounts. Are you understanding my point there? So that is called the main logics of the applications are called business logics. Calculations. Or you take flipkart.com. Whatever goods you are seeing on the screen with colorful items, colorful details, presentation logic. Adding items to cart, generating bill amount, applying coupons, getting discount, business logic. What logic? Business logic. And writing your customer details to database once product is purchased. Writing customer details to database once product is purchased falls under persistence logic. You take bank application, whatever beautiful colors you see in the web pages, presentation logic. Okay, performing withdraw deposit operations, business logics. Whenever withdraw deposit operations are happening, okay, reflecting those changes to databases, reflecting those changes to database is comes under what? Comes under what? Persistence logic. Are you getting my point there? The main logic of the application. The main logic of the application that deals with, okay, calculations. Hmm. That deals with the calculations. What is this? Calculation, analyzation. Analyzation is called business logic or service logic. Code operations on persistence store are called Persistence logic. Code operations on persistence store are called persistence logic. Are you getting my point there or not? Right, boss. Fine. C for control, V for view. Try to understand. I'm going to link with V for view. V for view. View layer represents presentation logic. What logic? Represent presentation logic. Cool. Represents presentation logic. It is like beautician. Beautician. Yeah, what's the work of beautician here? Take the raw data and make it as a good looking data, right? What beautician will do here? Takes the raw face and makes it as a good looking face. Best example. Okay, Aishwarya Rai without makeup, HTML. Aishwarya Rai with makeup, HTML plus CSS. I think best example you might have seen, right? Okay. Yes, but here HTML, CSS both comes under what? Presentation logic. Not only that, a lot of other things also there all together will make data as what? Good looking data. Business logic and persistence logic. Okay. Are you understanding my point there? Business logic and persistence logic gives raw output, generates raw results, raw output, and presenting them as a good looking data, and presenting them as a quite greatly arranged data, beautifully arranged data falls under what? Presentation logic, and view layer is responsible to have those presentation logics. Got the clarity there or not there? C for what? Controller layer. C for what? Controller layer. Okay, fine. Yes, represents monitoring logic. What logic? Monitoring or controlling logic. It is like supervisor. Supervisor. Tell me. Supervisor work is to do work or to make others to work. Supervisor work is what? He will work, he will make others to work. He will monitor how others are working. He will manage a team. Understanding my point there? His work is not to work. His work is making others to work. Very relaxed job, but he will be having his own pressure. Monthly target, weekly target. Control on his teammates is not that much easy. He's having his own tensions. Understanding my point there? Yes. Controller won't have any serious logics here, but it will control all the activities of the application. It will monitor and control all the activities of the application. Yeah, in exam hall, insulatory supervisor, his work is writing exam. His work is writing exam or making sure that all students are writing exam in a proper way. In multiple places, supervisors will be there. Yeah, they are not technically do anything, but they will monitor. They will definitely monitor the activity. They will control activities of the environment. So this is MVC, very popular architecture. It is industry's de facto standard to develop layered applications in Java. 99.99% of, okay, 99.99% of Java projects will be there in this architecture. That much popular. Nowhere said use MVC architecture, but everyone uses MVC architecture. It has become industry's de facto standard to develop the Java projects. They are not saying any architecture, default architecture is MVC. Who is our previous prime minister before Modi? Manmohan Singh. But at that time, who is our de facto prime minister? At that time, who is our de facto prime minister? Sonia Gandhi. Anywhere announced? Not, but everyone knows it. Anywhere announced? Not, but everyone knows it. Got it or not there? Similarly, coronavirus is suffering in entire world. Okay, entire world. But we know who created it. No one officially says, but we know who created it, right? We know who created it. Same thing here also. Same thing. MVC architecture is, sir, I'm not here to talk about Python MVT, sir. Okay. I don't know why are they learning Hibernate really. If you are interested in Python MVT, go and sit in Python classes, na. Great fellows here, great fellows. They even don't know what to ask in what class. And moreover, when you are that much interested in Python, why are you in Hibernate? Mahan Purush, ya Babu. Mahan Purush, Fine. See, always try to learn, try to become vertically grow. Your subject knowledge should be vertical growing, not horizontal growing. That guy asked a question on Python means he's trying to grow himself horizontally. Few things in Java, few things in Python, few things in what C language, few things in testing. Not going to work out. Take Java and learn everything of Java. That is called vertical growth. Okay? That is called vertical growth. Believe in vertical learning, not in horizontal learning. Fine. MVC. What is that? MVC. MVC is industries de facto standard. Industries de facto standard to develop Java based layered application. Java based layered applications. MVC is industry's de facto standard to develop Java based layered application. Not officially announced anywhere, but everyone follows it. That's why it is called. Right. Now let me give some combination of technologies to develop MVC architecture. Combination of various. This is very important. You will make more mature today. What is old day? In old days, what they used to do to develop MVC architecture. Various technologies and frameworks of Java to develop MVC applications. To develop MVC applications. Combination of various technologies. Cool boss. Nice. Very long back here, initial days of Java. Very much, maybe around 2001, 2002, that particular time. The combination is this. The combination is this. JSP, servlet, main JSP. Maybe a lot of supportings will be there for JSPs. Servlet, next Java class. Java class with Java Bean. Java class with Java Bean talking to database software. What is this combination? JSP as a view, servlet as a controller. Okay, this as a model having both business logic and persistence logic. Very long back, people used to have this combination. 2001, 2002. There they decided to separate, boss. They separate. They don't want to write business logic and persistence logic in one class. They decided to separate. They decided to separate it. Business logic and persistence logic. They definitely decided to separate. Are you understanding my point there? So that time we have a JSP, we have a servlet, we have a Java class. So they may called it as service class. We have a DAO class and talking to database software. DAO means where persistence logic is there. I'll introduce DAO more exclusively later. Service class more exclusively later. For the timing, the Java class that contains business logic is called service class. The Java class that contains what? Come on. Persistence logic is called DAO class. Data access object. The Java class that contains business logic is called service class. The Java class that contains persistence logic is called DAO class. Fine, boss. Should I use these symbols or not required? Because to highlight the points, nothing else. Okay. Fine. Let it be. Here more separation. Already separation is there. More separation. Here view. Okay. Next. Okay. C for controller. Next. M for model. Just representing business logic. Now model is divided into two parts. Model persistence logic. Fine. Old days was maybe around 2001, 2002, 2005, 2006. Up to this went well. This went well. Okay. Initial days of MVC architecture, they did all this stuff. Next, we have got, people started finding better to write business logic and persistence logic using EaseAB. Better to write business logic and persistence logic with the support of what? EaseAB. Understanding my statement? Enterprise Java bean. In EaseAB, we have three types of beans here. Session bean, entity bean, message driven bean. Session bean is popular for business logic. Entity bean is popular for what? Persistence logic. Message driven bean is for messages based communication. Message driven bean is messages based communication. Are you getting my point? So that's why people started using like this. What is this? JSP, servlet, EaseAB, session bean. Okay. is AB session bean. Okay, here we are having, so is enterprise Java bean. Yeah, that is one technology. It's nowhere related to Java bean. It's nowhere related to Java bean. Okay. It's a technology to develop what? Distributed application. It's a technology to develop big logics. Okay. Fine. Shayan Ghosh, don't compare Java bean with EasyAB. Please don't ever do that work. Java bean is different. EasyAB is different. Java bean is different. EasyAB is different. Fine. JSP Servlet EasyAB session bean. Next. EasyAB entity bean. Here is our database software. Okay. V for V. This for controller. This is M for M having business logic. This is M having persistence logic. This is M having persistence logic. This is M having persistence logic. Cool, boss. Next, JSP servlet. Okay, now listen. EasyAB is outdated because of its heaviness. Because of what's what? It's a heaviness, very heavy. Okay, now listen. Listen. At that time, struts also came here replacing servlet JSP. Instead of working with the servlet JSPs to develop view and controller logic, they have come up with the struts to develop what? Presentation part. So that's why for a few days this combination went well. Struts here, EasyAB session bean here. EasyAB entity bean here. EasyAB entity bean here. EasyAB is outdated because of its heaviness. Purely because of your heaviness. In this combination, struts only will take care of view and controller part. This for M business logic. This is for M and persistence logic. This is for M persistence logic. Yes. Fine, boss. Next one is okay. Next one. Such a heavyweight, you know. If you want to insert one record by using EasyAB entity bean, EasyAB entity bean, you should write 200 lines of code. EasyAB container is there that will generate what? EasyAB container is there. Are you understanding my point there? EasyAB that generates another 200 lines of code. Our 200 lines of code, another 200 lines of code. Together will insert single record. That much heavy it is. Very heavy. And to run the execute, to execute the EasyAB component, we need EasyAB container. We need EasyAB container. Are you getting my point there or not there? And to run the EasyAB component, to execute the EasyAB component, we definitely need EasyAB container support. And working with EasyAB container is very heaviness. EasyAB container also heavy container. It's a part of application server like WebLogic, JBoss, and they are also heavyweight servers. They are also heavyweight servers. Array struts internally uses servlet JSP. We cannot really see struts is our struts made servlet JSP outdated. No, struts internally uses it. So for few days, what they have done, they found EZB entity beans are bit heavy. They found EZB entity beans are what? Quite heavy. Are you understanding my point there? So that's why they come back to old DAO class. They come back to old DAO class. Are you getting my point? They have come back to old Java class to write the persistence logic. They just used EZB only for business logic. For persistence logic, they come back to what? Old DAO story. For few days, this combination went. For a few days, this combination went. Here we are having what? Struts here. EZB session bean here. EZB not entity bean. Okay, DAO class. Nothing but Java class. Yes, talking to database software. Talking to database software. Yes. Here is my view and controller. Here is my M for business logic. Here is my M for persistence logic. M for persistence logic. Everyone got the clarity there? Yes. Now listen. Okay, boss. No, at that time, not I'm saying at that time they found, okay, we can still write business logic in what? Is AB, they continue. They try to reduce this. Later, this also replaced. Later, this also replaced. Fine, boss. For a few days, this combination went. And if you ask any friend who is working in the industry from last 10 to 12 years, if you ask him, how did you get into industry on Java? Then he says, I learned struts, EasyAB and Hibernate. Struts, EasyAB and Hibernate. You never take the word called Spring. Because for a few days, this combination went well. Instead of writing persistence logic in a plain JDBC style, they want to write in ORM style. They want to write in what? ORM style. Okay, that time, what they brought into picture? Hibernate. ORM. Okay, Hibernate. Mr. Sheikh Aziz, waitra Babu. Still, I didn't enter into Spring area. I'll bring Spring. Listen, boss, entity beans are also ORM. Please remember. Entity beans also ORM, but they are technologies based ORM. They are not frameworks. But we should write lot of code, technology. Here what? JDBC code. DAO with JDBC code. Here DAO with JDBC code. Here also JDBC code only. Here also JDBC code. Now, see boss, what's the beauty, EasyB entity bin supports ORM, but, but heavyweight. JDBC is lightweight, but no ORM, no ORM, no ORM. Hibernate is lightweight and ORM. That's the reason people are in love with Hibernate. I think you understood my point. EasyB entity beans. Okay, in one EasyB container, we can execute any number of EasyB components. How servlet container executes servlet component, EasyB container execute EasyB component. That's it. That much simple it is. That much simple it is. Fine. Okay, boss. Right. I think I understood why Hibernate is huge hit. Why Hibernate is it? Entity beans are ORM, but heavyweight. Okay, JDBC is lightweight, but not ORM. I need both in one place. I need both in one place. What is this? Lightweight and ORM. That is Hibernate. That's why people started loving what Hibernate like anything. Fine, boss. Okay. Initially, okay. So then they found, array, is there any lightweight environment? Lightweight environment for entity session beans also to write the business logic. In that process, they found Spring core module plus Spring AOP. Initially, they have not used entire Spring boss. Initially, they have used only core module and AOP module of Spring. Core module to write the business logic and dependency management. AOP module for secondary logics. The people who are attending Spring, they can answer that one very well, right? Core module for business logics, AOP module for secondary logics, AOP module for secondary logic, core module for withdraw, deposit, transfer money kind of logics, AOP module for what? Security, logging, auditing kind of logics. Come on, Hibernate. Okay, for few years, come on, people have followed this combination also, right? This combination also. So at that time, if you want Java, you should have Struts, Spring, Hibernate. If you want Java, you should have Struts, Spring, Hibernate. I think around 2010 kind of thing. EasyAB is not interoperable. Sorry. EasyAB is not interoperable. That's the one more. EasyAB outdated because of a number of reasons, Ra Babu. EasyAB outdated because of a number of reasons. It's just technology. It's it's not interoperable. That means client should be there in Java. Client should be there in Java. Okay, fine. Client should be there in Java. Around 2010, 2012, 2013, that time this was crazy combination. Crazy combination. Okay, other day I called one student Taushif to conduct the Jira tool to share his knowledge of Jira. Come on. Yes, he learned this combination only to get into software industry. He learned this combination, Spring, Hibernate, Struts. Right. Yes, I'm not saying this is final, Rababu or Rasta fellows. People unnecessarily come to one conclusion. Model, what logic? Business logic. Next, M for what logic? Persistence logic. This is one combination, boss. Later, they started replacing everything with Spring. They started replacing everything with Spring. Are you getting my point there? They started replacing each and everything with Spring. Each and everything is Spring. Okay. Array, Angular is a supporting technology, Ra Babu. Vikash Mishra. Along with the JSP, you should use Angular. Along with HTML, we should use Angular. Only Angular cannot do anything. Array, Angular is JavaScript. Can we use JavaScript without HTML? Can we use JavaScript without JSP? It's a supporting technology for Vue. Okay. Angular is nothing but JavaScript. Please accept that first. So JavaScript will not be written directly. It will be written on the top of HTML, on the top of JSP. Fine, boss. What is the combination that happened? Yes. Spring MVC came into picture. Yes, here business logic. Spring core plus Spring AOP. Spring core plus Spring AOP. Spring core plus Spring AOP. Are you getting my point there or not? Yes. Spring Core plus Spring AOP. Cool. Hmm. Spring Core plus Spring AOP. Here, Spring JDBC plus. It came along with the Spring only, boss, but it has taken time because that time Struts was dominating. That's why people have not used Spring for its full potential in the initial days. Are you getting my point? Yes. Spring AOP, Spring ORM, nowadays Spring Data also they are saying. We can use these modules. We can happily use these modules to talk with database soft. Nice. Here view and controller. Next. Here view and controller. Here is my model business logic. Model persistence logic. Model business logic, model persistence logic. Everyone getting my point there? Yes. In which year Spring came to the market? 2002. But initial 5, 6, 7, 8 years, MVC is there, but no one used Spring MVC. They were happy with the struts. But later, when they seen the real power of Spring, in all layers, they started using Spring. I think 2002, 2003 around fine. Okay. I think you understood this combination also. I think you understood this combination also. Everyone got the clarity there or not there? Fine. Right, boss? So this is the perfect. But sometimes, listen carefully. Sometimes as a one application, it has to talk with another application. Suppose this is the entirely developed Flipkart.com. This combination is used to develop Flipkart.com. Now listen carefully. This Flipkart.com has to talk with PayPal for payment services. Are you understanding my point? PayPal for what? Payment services. But PayPal is developed only for Flipkart.com, for everyone, right? So that means PayPal services should be in a position to access from remote location. Not only from Java, from .NET, from PHP, from Android, from iOS, from IVR, different places. They should be in a position to use from different location. They should be in a position to access and use from different locations. Are you understanding my statement? So I will present a distributed application setup in one more angle also. For the time being, you try to get basic idea. Such services will be developed as distributed application with the support of web services. And we call them as external services or distributed component oblique service. Okay. Earlier, people used to develop using EasyAB, RMI, Corba. All they are outdated. Array Java beans will be there everywhere, Babu. I'm not highlighting small helper classes. In these many layers, everywhere to pass data here and there, Java beans will be there. That I need not to tell Akshay, worst fellow. Okay. It's something like this. You joined in the company. Who are there? HR people are there. Java developers are there. Accountants are there. What are you going to ask? Office boys are there. Security guards are there. They will be there. Come on. Mr. Akshay, show some maturity. Why are you not highlighting Java Bean? Should I highlight helper classes? Should I highlight helper classes? No need of telling that. In your company, tell the designations. You will tell big names, but there will be boys supporting you. There will be security guard protecting you. But are you going to take those names as the main names? That too when I'm explaining architecture flow. That's what. Fine. Spring MVC, Spring Core plus AOP, Spring JDBC, Spring ORM, Spring Data talking to database software. External services are distributed component or service. They will be there in web service environment. What environment? Web service. But there are two ways of writing this web service. One is SOAP, one is REST. One is REST. REST is use hit in the market. Right now, RESTful web service is doing well. Right now, RESTful web service is doing well. That's cool. And this will talk to this. And for this integration, Spring REST will be used. For this integration, what will be used here? Spring REST will be used. Are you understanding my statement there? Come on. I will try to present distributed application environment later. I will try to present in distributed application development environment later in one more angle. One more angle I will introduce later. Okay. One more angle I will introduce later. Don't worry. But I hope you are understanding this one. Listen, you feel this is flipkart.com. Okay. You feel this is for what? Flipkart.com. Are you getting my point there? This is PayPal. So PayPal is integrated with what? Flipkart.com with the support of Spring REST. Clear? Are you understanding my statement? Realme, this is Hibernate only, worst fellow. But I don't know these people. Yeah. They're asking me question. Sir, when Hibernate will start? What are you feeling? This is not Hibernate class, huh? What I am explaining, I am telling the role of Hibernate in real projects. I don't know where they keep the brain in the classrooms. Fine. This is also Hibernate, my dear. Okay, boss. Right. Let's see. Spring Core plus AOP and it is Spring REST. I'm just trying to talk what is the role of Hibernate here. Okay. So if you feel it is Amazon.com, PayPal. Yes. If you feel it is what? Snapdeal.com, it is PayPal. Okay, let's take one more example. If you feel it is sharecon.com, it is BS Bombay Stock Exchange. If you feel it is what? ICICI Lombard.com, it is BSE Stock Exchange. If you feel it is shareadda.com, it is Bombay Stock Exchange. But one thing is clear, external services will not be developed by keeping 1-2 projects in mind. They are developed to give their services globally, having interoperability. Okay. So then only we will develop them as what? External services using web services. So right now, this combination is going well. But in this combination, indirectly, we need Hibernate knowledge. If you want to work with this data ORM, definitely Hibernate knowledge is required. Or sometimes people are using Hibernate itself directly. Some companies are using what? Hibernate itself directly. So for that reason, we have to think about what? All this combination. Everyone enjoyed my point? Got the more clarity or not there? So you feel this is like flipkart.com. This entire combination, and you take this one for what? Okay, PayPal component. Okay, PayPal component. Microservice architecture is different, boss. I cannot take that one. I can talk only in microservices class. Okay, that's a different methodology of programming. Fine, boss. With this, we have done the story of what? We have completed the story of what? What is this? What is the role of Hibernate in real MVC application? So Hibernate is not there to develop entire logics. Hibernate is there only to develop what? Persistence layer, persistence logics. Persistence layer, persistence logic. Okay, boss. Yes, I will talk this combination later, and I will give one more workflow diagram. Okay, talking about purely distributed application development. Okay, na? Right. Fine. Up to 2 years, this is only you concentrate on website development. About 2 years, you should have a knowledge on web services also. You should have a knowledge on what? Web services also. Right. Now listen, listen, listen. Different technologies, oblique frameworks to develop persistence, persistence logic, persistence logics, persistence logics. Yeah. See, I have highlighted popular ones, but what are the other possibilities? What are the other possibilities? Let me write. So JDBC, Hibernate, top link. Okay. Next, Eclipse link, JDO, top link JDO. Next, when it comes to Spring, Spring JDBC, Spring ORM, Spring data. I'm just writing Spring data. I'm just writing Spring data. IBATs, EaseAB entity beans, EaseAB entity beans, and etc. I hope you are satisfied. So I've just highlighted few popular ones. I am giving all permutations and combinations. All permutations and combinations. Everyone got the clarity now? Yes. Different technologies and frameworks to develop. After today's class, you should not afraid which falls under which category, framework to develop business logics, to develop service logics, oblique business logics, to develop business logics or what? Service logics. Cool. Let's concentrate on it. Different technologies and framework to develop service logics. First Java class here. Initially purely Java classes. Fine. Because that's the best way. Next, Spring Core. Right? Spring Core makes life easy, no doubt in that. Yeah, for a few days, people used EaseAB entity beans. For a few days, people used EaseAB entity beans also. People used PZB what? Entity beans. Are you getting my point there? Yes. Sorry. It's my mistake. It's a session bean. Entity beans are written there, na? Entity beans are written there. Okay. because basically more of Java classes here. People prefers more of Java classes, no doubt in that. Sometimes people will be using plus comma Spring JWE module also. Sometimes people will be using JWE module, Spring AOP module also. Either one, all three, or was any two. Any two can be happen. Anything, any two can happen, right? Yes. So and etc. Different technologies and frameworks to develop external services. External services, nothing but distributed components. Distributed components. Distributed components. Okay. So first soap based I will give. Soap based. Soap based. Acha, acha, 1 minute. First of all, let me write RMI. Yeah, that also RMI is a be all outdated. Corba. See this. RMI EAB is used in normal application development and distributed application development. Okay. All are outdated to develop the distributed. EAB is outdated everywhere, no doubt in that. Okay. Web service is latest and doing well also. Latest. Next, what is this? SOAP based web service. SOAP based web services. What are SOAP based web services? To work with SOAP based web services, JAX RPC, JAX WS, Axis, Apache CFZ, and etc. These are the various things to implement SOAP based web services. SOAP based web services. Are you understanding my point there? CXF, okay, I'm right. Apache CXF, Apache CF. These are SOAP based web services. Got it or not there? Right. REST. Actually, RESTful web services. Okay. SOAP based web services also. Okay, outdated here because very less used. Very less used. SOAP protocol, SOAP full form, SOAP is protocol. Simple object access protocol. Simple object access protocol. Microservices are developed on the top of web service. Microservices are developed on the top of web service. Without web service, you cannot learn microservices. Okay, boss. All right. No, if I take web service, I will take only RESTful web service. I'm not at all interested in what. Okay, API is this one. Fine, yeah. All these are various APIs to implement SOAP-based web services. Tell me, anyone knows different flavors of RESTful web service? Any different flavors of RESTful web service? No. Sir, microservices, I cannot talk right now. Please. Microservice, I cannot talk now. One is Spring REST. Okay, REST easy. Okay, JAX RS. I think JAX RS only is called Metro. JAX RS is only called what? Metro. Come on. Rest easy, spring rest. Jaxby is a different story. I think Jersey is also there. Some more thing called Jersey also there. Jersey is there. Jersey is there. Spring rest is doing good. Out of all these things, spring rest is doing good. That too, as a spring developer, we prefer what? This one. So remaining all are fine. Initially Jax RS, then Jersey has come, then Rest Easy has come, and Spring Rest. I think maybe Jackson also might be there. I don't know. Right. So, but multiple implementations are there nowadays for web services, no doubt in that. But if you learn if you learn microservice web services, learning of microservice will become. Spring Rest is not part of our Spring course. Spring Rest is part of microservices course. Microservices course, right? Fine. Mhm. I think I have to put here. I have to put this one. Cut this is like a specification name. Is like specification name. Yes, you are right. Is like specification name. Better not to write there. Yes. Then it sounds nice. Fine. Okay, boss. Right. Okay, boss. See, I see Spring Rest is not part of Spring Framework, my dear great fellows. Spring Rest is not part of Spring Framework. It's a separate extension module. It is a separate extension module. Are you getting my point there? So don't confuse. Don't confuse. Acha, are you going to teach a RESTful web service in Advanced Java course? Add everything in Advanced Java. No, web service is a separate course, Ra Babu. Great fellows here. Mm. Already my Advanced Java is very big. Fine. Yes, web services are there to develop distributed application, to develop PayPal, external services, to develop this kind of external services. Yes, we have got this. Yes, we have got this. Mr. Ajay Boucher Jave, why are you copy pasting statements from internet, Ra Babu? Mr. I will block you one if I see if you are pasting statement from internet. See this guy when I'm teaching parallelly and he's copy pasting from internet. Ajay Boucher, last warning, boss. You are here to understand, not to copy paste. When I ask question, what name? That means you are not listening class. You are not listening class parallelly. You are doing searching. What's the use? Yeah. See announcement from Naresh Taiti from admin Srikanth sir. Admin Srikanth sir, please upload your details to your Google form. If you are submitting ID card, please listen class. Don't do parallel searchings. Right. Worst fellows. All crazy people are there in these batches here. Yes. Okay. Now listen. Last few combinations. Different. What is this? Different technologies to develop controller. Different technologies to develop controller. Tell me. Servlet to servlet filter. Servlet to servlet filter. Yes, as a control for controller, we can use either servlet or servlet filter. Understanding my point there? Yes. Next, different technologies. Technologies are tools to develop presentation, view components. Array Spring Security is also one kind of AOP, Ra Babu. Is also one kind of AOP. Yes, I will send the link. I will send the link at the end. Concentrate now. Different technologies are tools to develop view components. To simply literally develop which components? View components. Let's see. Let's see. What's the first one to focus on? HTML, CSS. Okay, Bootstrap. Oh, big names are there, boss. JavaScript. Okay, Angular. Yes, so many. Angular JS. Angular. Angular JS. Angular. Okay, Velocity. Array, so many names, Ra Babu. Velocity. Theme leaf. Velocity. Then what? Theme leaf. Theme leaf. What's the spell of theme leaf? LFY. Okay. Theme leaf. Ajax is also there. Ajax is also there. We have so many big names, Rababu. React JS. React JS. Next, we have jQuery. jQuery. And etc. I can write many more also. Many more also. Okay. Fine. Right. Node.js is not a view, is not a for view component. Node.js comes under in the middle. Node.js comes in the middle. Or in this whole process, we forgot a JSPF. Fine. HTML, JS. Many are there here. Many are there. Many are there. Okay. Many are there. I'm just listing what is what. My main concentration is giving clarity. What is for what purpose. Yes. Last one. Different frameworks. Okay, different frameworks. Frameworks to develop view and controller. View and controller logics together. Okay, view and controller logics together. Tell me. We have Spring MVC. Whatever I have listed there, they are doing well. Okay. We have Spring MVC. Next, we have struts. We have JSF. We have ADF. Application Development Framework. We have web work and etc. and etc. Here it is doing well. Here it is doing well. So when it comes to UI technologies, anyhow, HTML, JavaScript, CSS always do well. Always do well. Always do well. And after that, nowadays, Angular is doing well. React JS is doing well. Okay, React JS is doing well. Fine. Theme leaf only in Spring only it is working good here. Theme leaf is doing well only in the Spring environment, not everywhere. Okay. Fine. Right. Next. Here we prefer servlet rather servlet filter. Here, as I already said, Spring REST is doing well. Next year, fine, but I think people are using Access little bit. People are using Access little bit. Here, web service is doing well in that web service. Next, Spring Core, this combination is doing well. Okay, Spring Security is extension of Spring AOP. Spring Security is extension of Spring AOP. Here, Hibernate is doing well. And after that, a bit popularity is there for Eclipse. 1 minute. Spring Data, Spring JD. All these are having their own importance. When it comes to ORM frameworks, Eclipse Link is doing well. When it comes to ORM framework, Eclipse Link is doing well. IBT is fine. It was good, but after arrival of Eclipse Link, so somewhat people are preferring Eclipse Link only. Somewhat people are preferring Eclipse Link only. Right. Fine. Monday onwards, I will start Hibernate. We'll move to Hibernate. Background preparation is over. Okay. By today's class, background preparation is over. Monday onwards, we will move to what? Hibernate. But in the middle, two more common topics are there. Remind me. Okay. In the middle, two more topics will be there. Number one, difference between full stack developer and mean stack developer. I think in some batches I already said, but I have to tell as a responsibility in every batch, because in every batch new students will be added for that reason. Full stack developer and mean stack developer. Got it? That's the one thing. Next, okay, what is distributed environment of application development? Real distributed environment of application development. Because nowadays we are doing business from Android mobiles, doing business from iPhone mobiles, websites. We are doing business from what? Tabs. We are doing business from different websites that are there in different technologies, right? So what is the environment? How is the real application environment? Distributed environment of application development, real environment of application development. We will take one use case and we will try to learn that. So these are the things in the middle of the course, or whenever major topics are going to start, that day I'm going to talk about this. Okay, now? Right. Fine. How many sessions I take if I start web service? I think I need 45 sessions are required. Array, Angular JS is extension of JavaScript here. Angular is full of libraries. Okay, to make presentation more better and better. Java Bean is not introduced in this batch. In this batch also I'll introduce Java Bean. If not introduced, I will give the links to study the URLs. YouTube channel links from where you can get that knowledge. Spring with Spring Boot, when you are going to start. Spring with Spring Boot, I am going to start in the evening slot after 1 month. To learn web service, Spring knowledge is necessary, not required. You can learn web service based on advanced Java servlet knowledge. In web service, RESTful are there? Nothing. RESTful only there, but you have to see multiple implementations of RESTful. Log4j is only for logging. Spring AOP is there for all secondary logic, not for logging. When private link will be activated, maybe in 1-2 days. Advanced Java fees 3,500. Tomorrow we don't have any common topic. 1 year experience, Angular JS is not required. Spring is enough. Spring Hibernate is enough. Can we attend Spring ORM? Prerequisite for learning Angular JS, JavaScript. For 2 years experience, Spring and Hibernate is sufficient. But if you have a microservices, added advantage. Tomorrow, no class. Any class starting soon for RESTful web service. No, plan is not there. If once there, I will inform. Waiting for my RESTful web service batch. Registration link. Can anyone paste Hibernate registration link? Or it is there in the group, boss. You can go and collect from the group also. Why they named it as MVC? Why not VCM? Rhythm, for the rhythm sake they made it. VCM is not sounding, MVC is sounding good. That's why. Yeah, I have pasted the link. Please take it. This is the Hibernate link I pasted. Please take it. Fine, boss. Why the name reason? Next class I will talk. Next class I will talk. Why the name Hibernate is given to Hibernate? Web service is nowhere related to AWS. AWS is purely related to cloud environment. AWS is different. Web service is different. Okay. So, thank you, sir. Enjoy learning under your guidance. Thank you. Thank you. Sir, message-driven beans are part of messages-based communication. Messages-based communication. Sometimes components within the project wants to talk based on the messages, then MDBs comes into picture. Yes, Spring data is part of our Spring learning process. Today's Servlet class is there. Who said not there? Why are you asking these questions? Sir, after learning courses I am giving here, okay, giving 5 years experience you can climb. 4 to 5 years gap as experience you can show. That much knowledge we are going to learn. That much knowledge you are going to learn. Yes, Monday onwards 4 p.m. new advanced Java batch. That starts with the JDBC. I hope you benefited with today's class. More clarity you got. Please respond. I think last 3 sessions making you more matured. What's the role of different technologies? When to use what? Paintbrush will be shared in my group. Natras Java Arena is my group name. Natras Java Arena is my FB group. Okay, today's Servlet class is there. Viswajit, how many times you will ask for a waste fellow? Struts and EAB are outdated. Struts and EAB are outdated. Vishwadit, today's Servlet class is there. Right. I hope today you got a clarity which falls under which category, in which layer, which technologies. Okay, right. Where is the role of Hibernate? Where is the role of Spring? Where is the role of other things? What are outdated? What are latest? I hope you are getting clarity. Okay. Technically, implementation wise, we will see more and more in the coming classes. Fine. Thank you. Yes. Hibernate material will be shared in the middle of the course. Anyhow, everyday content I am sharing. By knowing Spring, can we work on struts? Yes, you can work, no problem. Restful, still not confirmed. Bal Govind Yadav. Still my rest batch is not confirmed. Once confirmed, I will let you know. Once it is confirmed, I will let you know. Okay. Hibernate is replacement for EJB. No. Hibernate is bit alternate for EJB entity beans. Only for entity beans, not for total EJB. Okay. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. Next class is on. Sorry. Next class is on Monday. Tomorrow, no classes. Even common topics also not there. Thank you.